Guys, and welcome to Stock Bandidos. My name is Nido Bandido, and as you well know, I come out here and talk to you about stocks and financial investment, although I am not a financial advisor. So this is for entertainment purposes only. So today we're going to talk about a lot of things, and I'm going to give you a stock so smoldering hot, I'll make a case why you should add the stock to your portfolio. Let me touch on some of the things that I did in the past. I actually started this channel no longer than a month ago, and I've given you a few suggestions. I even showed you my portfolio on Robinhood and my portfolio on Ally Invest. And I've given you a couple of stocks to keep in your portfolio. I've also studied some SPACs for you that I thought will be extremely well performing in the future. Now, today, I'm going to touch back on the stuff that I talked about, but I will give you a stock that will blow your mind away that I think that you should be invested in. So without further ado, let's go to the intro and I'll see you on the other side. Just as a simple reminder about what we talked about in the past, on the Stock Bandidos, I've given you Apple to be 10% of the total value of your portfolio. I made a case for it, and I also told you that you need to buy. At that time, it was about $114 to $115, and today it's actually standing at about $127. So congratulations for anybody who was following me, and it seems like we're doing very well. I also gave you another stock that was quite explosive when I showed you my Ally Invest portfolio. It was called CIIC, and it was actually Beam. And I don't. Some of you actually have seen that and probably invested in Beam, and now you know Beam has skyrocketed. And basically, I don't want to say you missed the train, but I want to say if you've been watching, you probably have invested, and I congratulate you if you made a lot of money. So I also talked to you about, I put out two videos on December 11th and December 13th, and I talked about two SPACs that were about to do so well. I also talked about three SPACs that, in my view, are set to explode, and I'm still holding fast on that prediction. I'm just going to give you a very, very small recap of these three SPACs that I think are going to do so well. One is PSTH, and I made the case for it. It was a Bill Ackman SPAC. And the other one is IPOB, and that is going to be Open Door, and the guy is Shamath. I'm not going to even try to actually say his last name. And then I gave you a stock under the ticker symbol SNPR, and all these stocks right now are actually trading for a moderate amount, and I have a feeling that they're going to skyrocket in no time. So please go back to these videos and watch them again, and let's make money together. I also made a case for Sony. Back when Sony was $94, and I gave you all the dynamics of the stock. I did the financial sheets on it, and I actually told you that you need to keep Sony in your portfolio. Now, Sony from that time has climbed from $94 to $98.53. I hope that you were with us. I hope that you're watching. So I hope that you have actually gotten the benefit of listening to this channel. The idea is to give you good stocks. I don't come out here every 2 minutes and tell you about something new, but when I come out, I'd like to actually be somehow focused and somehow to the point, although I will actually take my time presenting to you why I think a stock is worth buying. So we talked about a lot of things in the past, and today I have a stock for you that's going to blow your mind away, guys. So be with me. I'm about to show you why this stock is totally worth investing in. Okay, so let me unlock my computer, and here we go. Let's talk about this company. Let's talk about their gross revenue, although I really don't like to talk about that. I like to talk about their net income. But I want to see how much they gross and how much they net, and how much they spend to get to their net income, okay? And I'm going to be really snappy here. I'm really quick, okay? But you have to follow me. You follow the cursor right here, and you're going to see what's going on. So in 2019, that's in the second quarter of 2019, their total revenue was close to about $14 billion, okay? In the third quarter of 2020, fast forward, okay, to today, and their gross income is about $12 billion, right? Now, but I'm going to skip those months in between because they're on average the same thing. You see a spike right here. If you follow my cursor, you see a spike in the second quarter because that's when the economy was recovering. And you see that their gross income was about $14 billion. It's 14.17, which is almost about $14 billion. We're going to do some rounding, okay? Now we're going to go down to net income, and that is very, very important. There's something magical going on here. Okay, now their net income in 2019, we all start talking about the second quarter, was $2.25 billion. $2.25 billion. Let's round it down and say it was only $2 billion, right? And the quarter after that, about $2 billion. The quarter after that, $2 billion and a quarter. And then we know when the financial crisis was going on, when the Wawa thing was taking place, it went down about like to 1.78 billion. Now, fast forward to today, and their net income is $2.75 billion. All right? How much do they spend to get to approximately, on average, $3 billion in net income? I want to show you how this company, with a very, very small capital investment, gets to making that much money. And this is a dividend stock. This is a stock that also gives you dividends. All right. So now their operating income to get to these numbers is in 2019, in the second quarter, 2.9 billion. In the third quarter, 2.7 billion. In the fourth quarter, 2.7 billion. In the first quarter of 2020 is 2.1 billion. In the second quarter is 4.3 billion. That increased a little bit, right? But you also saw an increase in their net income in that same quarter of that year, of the 2020. In the third quarter, it was 3.4 billion, which basically has come down a little bit. I'm telling you guys, this Morgan Stanley company, it has very, very low capital investment, extremely high return, and we might be actually hearing that is going to do share buybacks. Now, let me explain to you share buybacks to the people who don't know. And I'll leave a link in the description so you can actually go and see how share buybacks work. Basically, a company that does not want to spend money acquiring other companies or renovating their infrastructure or spending money on buildings and research and all these other things will actually buy the stocks back from the market, their own stock. They'll buy it back from the market, thus leaving fewer shares in the market than there has been. What that actually does, it pushes the prices of the shares up. When those prices go up, actually the CEOs who own a lot of those shares end up making a lot of money, and so do the shareholders. Okay? And currently there is no way to combat this buyback, share buyback, which means they're going to make a lot of money. So will their shareholders, which is you. When you invest in Morgan Stanley, you're going to make a lot of money, particularly if there's an instance of buyback. Having said that, guys, we put 10% of our portfolio in Apple at $114. Then we put another 10% in Ford. Then today we're going to add 10% in Morgan Stanley. And the reason is very clear. We are seeing that the future is going to belong to these institutions. We are seeing that the growth potential is there. We are seeing that the balance sheet is healthy. We're seeing that the economy, despite going through an amazingly horrible time, testing time, is actually bouncing back quite nicely. Therefore, I can give you a prediction if you want. My prediction for Morgan Stanley in the next 12 months is to hit $100. That's how it is. Because of the healthiness of the business. Because of how well run Morgan Stanley is. Now, I have other stocks I want to talk to you about, but I want to leave a little suspense because I'm going to come back to you with another video. So if you like my channel, if you like what I had to tell you today, please subscribe and activate the notification button. And I will see you soon in my next video. Please don't forget to actually watch it because it's going to be quite explosive. Talk to you soon, guys. Have a great one.